What nationality are you?
British.
And what's made you want to come here?
They look like they need help. We're young, strong, fit men. We can help, so why not?
Do you have any military expertise?
Absolutely none at all, no.
British men volunteered to risk their lives to join fight against Russia. Where are the women at? Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily. Life is hard, and sooner or later, you will have to make difficult decisions. Courage is knowing it might hurt and doing it anyway. Stupidity is the same. And that's why life is hard. I'm not feeling the men volunteering to join the fight in Ukraine for a couple reasons. And we're going to break it down in this video.
Hello, yeah, we've come to join the Ukrainian army or whatever they're called. What are they called, Tom? The Foreign Legion, yeah? Thank you.
These men are at the embassy of Ukraine because of this. The International Legion for the Territorial Defense of Ukraine. Let's read. As fighting rages in many major Ukrainian cities and towns, President Volodymyr Zelensky announced the formation of the International Legion of Territorial Defense of Ukraine. Foreigners will be allowed to enter the country, join territorial defense units, and fight alongside Ukrainians against Russian forces. The president called on all quote-unquote friends of Ukraine to join the fight, promising they would be equipped with adequate weapons.
What nationality are you?
British.
And what's made you want to come here?
They look like they need help. We're young, strong, fit men. We can help, so why not?
Do you have any military expertise?
Absolutely none at all, no.
Neither of these men have any military experience. Tom runs a dog care business. Are you afraid?
Of course I am. I think I would be silly if I wouldn't be afraid.
This is where my first concern comes in. No military experience. This is war, guys. One doesn't just pick up a rifle and become Rambo. There is not much information about military training. Here is a 7-step algorithm on how to join the force. Step 1. Contact the embassy of Ukraine in your country. Step 2. Get briefed on what documents and gear, equipment, you will require. So they need to get their own gear?
By now, they've got hold of some old kit borrowed from a friend who's an ex-Marine.
He does want it back, so let's hope we make it back alive so I can give it back to him.
Step 3. Report to the embassy with a package of documents for an interview with a defense attaché and for a visa clearance with a consul. Step 4. Write an application for admission to the territorial defense of the armed forces of Ukraine for contracted military service on a voluntary basis. So they will do their homework on who to send over. Well, I don't think this guy made it.
You're Iranian and you want to join up to fight for Ukraine. Why do you want to do that?
Because I hate Putin.
Step 5, 6, and 7 are all about how to get to Ukraine and the assembly point. Join the Foreign Legion of Territorial Defense of Ukraine, sign a contract, and together with soldiers from other countries and Ukrainian soldiers join the fight against Russian invaders. What about training? According to GoArmy.com, basic combat training comes in 3 phases and lasts about 10 weeks, depending on your military occupational specialty, MOS. After you graduate from basic training, you will undergo 2 additional phases of training, known as Advanced Individual Training, where you will learn the job skills required of your military occupational specialty. Appreciate the bravery, but what in the blue hell is an untrained man with a rifle gonna do against a Spetsnaz? This reminds me of the movie 300. Check this out.
I am sorry, my friend, but not all of us were made to be soldiers. If you want to help in a Spartan victory, clear the battlefield of the dead, tend the wounded, bring them water. But as for the fight itself, I cannot use you.
Not everybody is meant to be a soldier. Most people are not ready for combat. There's a saying that goes a little something like this. Ninjas can't shoot. Shooting is a skill. Fighting is a skill. It takes a lot of training to master. Not everybody is meant to be a soldier, and that's my next point. Where are the women at? People in the comment section were saying some women are also signing up. Stop it. Some women are signing up. Some is not equal to the vast majority of men that are putting their lives on the line. Women don't fight in the front lines. Of course, they can help in different ways, but they won't sign up to fight on the front lines. This is not about hating women. This is about letting you know that you're not equal to a woman, because all of that effing foolishness goes out the window when shit hits the fan. Now check this out.
The people of Ukraine are fighting for freedom and democracy, not just for Ukraine, but for the whole of Europe, because that is what President Putin is challenging. And absolutely, if people want to support that struggle, I would support them in doing that. So you support? Absolutely, if that's what they want to do. I do support that. And of course, that is something that people can make their own decisions about.
This is Liz Truss, United Kingdom government official, MP for Southwest Norfolk, Foreign Secretary, Minister for Women and Equality. She has no problem with untrained citizens, men, to be cannon fodder. But I'm willing to bet if the majority of these volunteers were women, that whole place, that embassy, would be shut down. Once again, this is not about hating women, but these modern women have been running their mouths for so long that it's time that they put their money where their mouths are. Because there is a reason why British troops won't fight.
We're not going to put British soldiers directly in conflict with Russian soldiers. That would lead to a war across Europe. We are in NATO, and as a result of that, that means NATO needs to reinforce, reassure and contain Russia, but it also means that we have to be very careful there is not an escalation. None of us want a wide war in Europe. We want to help Ukraine. Britain sponsored Ukraine towards NATO all those years ago. Unfortunately, other NATO members were so keen on a timetable like that, but nevertheless, we'll do what we can in Ukraine, and we will reinforce our borders to protect us from Putin after this.
Putin knows exactly what he's doing. They are not playing checkers. This is chess. Chess is a war over the board. The object is to crush the opponent's mind. Putin is playing mind games. Putin said if there is any interference, it's gonna be hell on earth. You know he's talking about the nuke. Believe it or not, but are you willing to take that risk? Do you think this is a coincidence that this is happening under the Biden administration? World War III can break out, and it's gonna be men that are expected to go to war, and these so-called strong independent women will disappear, and these fembots will be quiet. Now, is it your duty to protect the ones that have been disrespecting you for the last 3-4 decades by telling you that they are equal and need a man like a fish needs a bicycle? This is serious, guys. War is delightful to those who have had no experience of it.
Why have you decided to come down here today?
Well, trying to make a difference, seeing on the news innocent people losing their lives.
Are you prepared to lose your life?
I think so, yes.
My heart goes out to all the people in these tough times. Manosphere, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.